All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Max and Howard Drink Beer. I am Max.
And I am Howard.
All right, Howard, so what we got going on here? We got a Paulander again, huh? We're working through this pack.
Paulander?
Paulander.
Yeah, I thought I heard a hard D in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard D.
Oh, swish. That was pretty good. Okay. So, yeah, we had the Paulander, however you want to pronounce it, with the hard D or without the hard D. You know, we got the original Munich Lager today. And so, Max is a big lager guy. He likes a little bit of a sweeter beer, so he's pretty excited about that. And, we're going to try this. And, of course, we're doing it European style. Basement temperature. We're at, oh, man, Max, we're heating up down here. We got to get some help. We're at 66 degrees down here.
Oh, man. We're boiling.
Boiling. It's getting hot, so we should.
Interestingly enough, I had a teacher in high school whose name was Boylan.
Dun, 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 dun. That's a good song.
All right, so here we are with it. We're going to bring back the segment. I'm going to describe the bottle. Because Steve's not here. No, it's a brown bottle with a yellow label with a dude on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's not really much to describe. It's
Since 1634. So if you like old beers, this beer was made in 1634 and it's been in this bottle.
And that's why we say beer never goes bad. So, yeah, that's that. And Max has got it made in the shade. He just, took a glass out of nowhere. I have no idea where he got it from. And he's got the beer in the glass. He's got it made in the shade. And here I am. I'm a fucking idiot drinking from a bottle. Oh, he's got another glass. This is getting crazy. Oh, man, we're having a good time now. And Max, you just had a drink while I pour. What do you think? How are you liking it?
I think I need a bigger glass.
It's that good?
Well, it's a lager.
Yeah,
I like it. You're probably not, because it's beer-flavored beer.
Right. Yeah, and that's my thing. Beer-flavored beer.
Oh, so based off of the secrets behind the excellent taste and unwavering quality are locally sourced ingredients and tradition of craftsmanship that has been passed down to perfection by our dedicated brewmaster since 1634. It's not just a mere product, it's a matter of the heart.
I'm not going to lie. That's pretty good.
Well, but it's a German lager.
And
if you're drinking beer and you like beer,
right,
which we do,
what would you
these are the beers you want to drink. And we're not drinking it cold. We're drinking it like this. Like I said, when I went to Germany, this is how it was. Yeah. Everything was room temperature.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it'd be like on a warm fucking day.
Yeah. Imagine I didn't even think of that. Because even a warm Gatorade still tastes good after a long, hard day of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But a warm Mountain Dew isn't very good. I just want to let you know that.
Well,
it's kind of,
you know who drinks Mountain Dews, right?
Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you noticed there aren't any magical empty cans that showed up around here?
Not around here, but you know where they show up? My fucking apartment. So, Nick, if you're listening, please stop stalking me. It's over between us. There's nothing left between you and I. I'm sorry.
Is that where that pair of pants came from?
Yeah, do you like that? I definitely have a style about me lately. I do the khakis and the gay brown boots, and occasionally I wear that neon green shirt, and I might as well just be an electrician. I could probably put outlets in better. Ouch.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Shots fired.
Ooh, boy.
Nick, Howard doesn't love you anymore.
Yeah, Yeah, that's pretty close. It's not you, it's me. Let's not kid ourselves. So
it's not me, it's you.
Yeah, no, this is an absolutely killer beer. It's really good.
I can't believe how tiny this glass actually is.
I don't know where did you get those? Those weren't here last week.
Yeah, they were.
Were they?
They've been sitting there for forever. I mean, I materialized them out of the oxygen in the air.
I was going to say, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, no, I can't believe that, it's a standard beer,
Well, I wouldn't say standard. It's about...
No, size-wise, it says 11.2 ounces.
Yeah, so that's about 0.8 ounces less than what we're used to.
Right. And
Semantics!
I could not fit the full beer into this glass.
Oh,
so
yeah.
How tiny is this glass?
This is your Bloody Mary chaser glass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, easily.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, so.
That sounds like a good idea. Is it too late in the day for a Bloody Mary?
Are you done drinking?
No.
There you go. It's too early in the day for a Bloody Mary.
No,
I believe that's Rick Luther logic. Are you done drinking? Then what the fuck are you drinking a Bloody Mary for?
Yeah, I do remember him saying that now that you say that.
That's almost word for word.
Yeah, and I could see I liked how you shaved your head.
Yeah, that's nice.
To just be him.
Quarantine haircut.
For saying that.
Thank you, Stanley, the third. Longtime friend of the program.
Taking care of you.
Yeah, that was nice.
The best part, and I wish I had a better video of it.
He blew me.
Was the standard. Everybody gets cleaned off after they're done getting their haircut.
Supposed to. Which hat is up to debate.
But Stan took care of you with his Works leaf blower. And I gotta tell you, I'm pretty sure your hair is in the neighbor's yard. The dog is choking on it.
Which dog? Oh, in the neighbor's yard?
Yeah, not the big dog.
Okay.
The ankle biter.
That was a big dog.
Yeah.
That was a big dog. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Sadie wanted to play.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's this beer, and we talked a little bit about the last on the last program about the Bavarian purity law. We didn't really know a lot about it, but we had bigger things to tackle on the last episode. This episode, we actually did a little bit of research beforehand. So
right, so we're going to start a new segment here. It's going to be Howard Teaches History.
Yeah, so pretty excited about that.
The name is still in work, but Howard, tell us about the Bavarian purity law.
It's really pretty simple. Back in 1516, they passed a law that the only ingredients that could be used in beer were water, barley, and hops. So it doesn't say anything about malts. It doesn't say anything about yeast. But the idea is this, because it wasn't in existence quite yet. Mm-hmm. But the idea is this, back in 1516, things were crazy. Things were getting wild. Germany had to stick together as a group, and they had to say, look, we like bread and we like beer. Let's use only these things for beer, and let's only use these things for bread. And when I say these things, I'm talking wheat and I'm talking rye.
Right.
That's what they use for bread. So, okay, let's just stick with the hops and the barley and the water, and that's how we'll make bread. And we'll keep everything pretty cheap. Your beer's going to be cheap. Your bread's going to be cheap. Your butter, I don't really care how you make your butter. You can have cheese for all I care. Have a potato every now and again. Who cares?
No, that was the Irish.
Oh, okay. See, that's why it's Howard's history.
Right.
It's all fucked up.
Yeah.
What I find interesting about that, that was 1516. They kind of stuck with that for a long time.
Yeah.
That's the way they wanted to run it. And that's cool. They didn't really start getting into the different kinds of beers like we were doing until like 2015. 2015. That's almost 500 years, you guys said, let's keep it all separated.
Yeah.
Let's make it all happen. It'll all be fine. That's crazy. And yeah, I think, they started adding to it, changing the rules a little bit. Okay, malts are fine. They don't have to go in bread. Yeast? Oh, okay, now we're getting a little weird.
Right.
But that's why we read on the back of the bottle, brewed in accordance with the Bavarian purity law, only using water, malt, hops, and yeast. Okay, so what does that mean about, the Hefeweizen, which is a wheat beer that we're going to try later on? Well, okay, that's cool. That's part of the 2015. Right. That's a natural ingredient. Wheat is a natural ingredient.
I'm thinking that the big thing that they're talking about is, they're staying true to beer recipes.
Exactly.
You're not seeing your Spritzens.
Nope.
You're not seeing your Gozens. You're not seeing...
Yeah, right, yes. Gozas, but semantics.
Nope, Gozens.
Yes.
No, that's what I call them.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It has an E. It gets an N at the end of it because French, whatever.
Yep. Right.
So that's what we're going with. We're sticking to it because we don't know what we're talking about.
No, that's why it's Howard's history.
But there's no fruit. I believe a bunch of guys at the gun club used to argue with that about there's no need for fruit in beer.
It was even a Miller Lite commercial, if I'm not mistaken. Man Law number 32. Don't fruit the beer.
Well, yeah, I'll argue that because I don't think Miller Lite is a beer.
Well, yeah. I find it more interesting, okay, why do we even put this on our beer, the Bavarian purity law? Because it's not like we really even follow that law anymore. It's not like it matters to anybody else. The idea is to get, guys like us, people that don't live in Germany, to say, oh, this is a genuine, good, honest way that they made beer. This is their style,
Yeah.
This is a big deal. That's a marketing technique, for them to say, hey, this is built within the Bavarian purity law from 1516. Oh, I kind of want to try that now.
Well, now I'm interested to look farther into beers. And as we go, I make my stops at Liquor Lowe's. I like the place because now that we found out that they have a buy an individual beer, that's going to add to the craziness.
Yeah, but that's Total Wine, by the way. This is West Allis?
Yeah.
Okay. The Total Wine in West Allis.
Technically Greenfield, I think that is.
It's all Milwaukee to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
it's all Milwaukee, the greater Milwaukee area.
It's just like when you cross the border into Illinois, that's Chicago. When do you leave Chicago? When you leave Illinois. I can't tell you how many people I piss off saying that.
I mean, but that's what it is. That's
exactly
how
what
it
it
is. I told my boss the other day, we were talking about life, got his whole life story, and he brings up that he lived 14 years in Illinois.
Oh.
And I told him,
Ooh.
I'm sorry for you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
he is
good.
from Iowa. So to add to the craziness.
Really? Iowa?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of Iowa, apparently lived in Arkansas and Virginia.
Ooh. So he's got a southern accent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
It makes it interesting.
Howdy, y'all. Did I do that pretty good?
No, I
Okay.
don't think he's ever said howdy.
Does he say y'all? Because that's what pisses me off. You want me to
little
get
bit.
pissed off? What the fuck are we all saying y'all for? So many people say y'all. Listen, people, we live in fucking Wisconsin. We're not from the South, okay?
Yeah, we say, yeah there, hey there. Ho.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Jesus Christ, people, get it together.
I enjoyed the explanation that I saw the other day of the yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So that's a fun one. Yeah, you've got it. Anybody who knows where we live, you've heard it. We've got that Yooper accent.
Yeah.
It's not quite Bemidji, Minnesota.
Right.
And I'm sure Sam's sitting upstairs like getting the itch, and she's gonna be talking Yooper all night.
There's like a red light in the living room going off. Somebody speaking Yooper.
But you know what I'm talking about. They did that in the movie and TV show Fargo.
Okay.
They had that Yooper accent. Oh yeah, there.
Oh yeah, there. Yeah.
Right.
Like What's His Nuts does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think I know what's their nuts is.
Yeah. I can't think of his name.
Tommy Lee Jones.
That's it. How'd you know?
Well, because we're terrible at all of our facts. So
Put on a happy face. This is my happy face.
He's a good one. I really enjoyed his dynamics in Men in Black.
Men in Black was good
Because
I'm a diehard fugitive guy.
Him
man.
and Will Smith, in my opinion, were just such opposites that it worked beautifully.
Yep, and nobody else could work with him except Kay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, he was a good post officer too. Men in Black 2. That was pretty funny. Wow, I haven't seen those movies in a long time.
What?
I've never seen Men in Black 30.
Oh, that was really entertaining.
Was it?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, they just continued their antics. I believe that was the time traveling one.
Yeah, I think you're
And
right.
Josh Brolin played young Tommy Lee Jones.
That guy plays everything.
And it was perfect. I kid you not. No, seriously.
That's awesome.
On our list of actors who are amazing, Josh Brolin, I feel, fits in that category.
You know what? Does that kind of get you a little bit excited now? Because now if you want to do the Old Man series, who plays Old Man Thanos? Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Full circle. Or Old Man Cable. That would be fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah,
that would be good.
But seriously, you know, as we talk about that, you know, we talk all the time of actors who are doing that stuff. Like I said, you know, Morgan's going to be pissed about me saying this out loud to other people, but I want to see a Batman Beyond movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I love it, but I want to see, as much as everybody wants to see Michael Keaton, I really feel like Clint Eastwood is the old crotchety guy. You'll never get him to do it.
No.
Because he is not about that. He doesn't think any of that is manly. You know, if he can't shoot a gun at somebody, I feel like he's not doing a movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
And even I pick your movie.
Yeah.
You know, every movie, you know, but old man Clint Eastwood, I feel, would be a perfect old man Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And young Batman, you got to go with what's hot right now, man. Michael B. Jordan. Hands down, in my opinion. You bounce him to the DC universe since he's dead in the Marvel universe.
And shit like that, it doesn't bother me because not only he was a whole different guy. Nick Fury wasn't black, you know, and now look at him, you know. Now you can't have Nick Fury not be black.
Well, but that's the same thing. That's,
Deadshot, same thing, you know. So I like where you're going.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
he took the character and changed the character in its entirety. You know, you're a crazy man. You are a madman. I can't believe you would disrespect this beer like that.
But I'm a madman. You just said it.
Yeah.
You just said it because we've been really liking that La Roja from the Jolly Pumpkin, and I can't believe we're saying it. I can't believe that I'm saying it on here because every Michigan beer that I ever had is just absolute garbage. It's just not good. Anything that Founders does, they have a couple of decent beers. They're not great, but they're okay. They're tolerable, especially when they're on sale. We've just been digging the fuck out of these La Rojas, you know. It's like eating a sour piece of wood, you know, and they're good. And I got a little crazy. I had a little bit on the side here, and I figured I'd put a little bit into the rest of my original Munich Lager because this is going down great. You're already done with yours. And I don't even think we've been talking that long.
No.
Then again, the last couple episodes have been 35 minutes to 40 minutes, so this feels like a shorty to me. So I just poured a little bit in here because I like to do stupid shit like that.
Well, you like the Rattlers.
Mm-hmm.
So the Rattler is just a mixing. So literally, it's a mixed drink. It's a mixed drink of beer.
Right.
Who said you can't mix beers? I believe Leinenkugel strives off of that.
Dude. Like, off air, you may want to do this because I know you're a traditionalist and you don't want to, you know, piss off the true traditionalists. And then there's me. I don't give a fuck! I do what I want. And I just did that, and it's really actually, it's really interesting because the Munich Lager really takes the sour out.
Really?
It really takes the sour.
Really?
Excuse me. Drew, please.
No, but...
It really takes the sour out, but the interesting thing is, as well, it really takes the wood out. So it tastes more like a hoppier beer. You know, it's pretty good.
Well, as lagers go, I know you're not a big lager drinker.
That's the thing.
I drink a lot of them. You know, what do you think about this? It's a traditional Munich lager.
If I have a Budweiser, and listen, Bud Light, Miller Light, Coors Light, they're not beers.
Get
your light beers
out here.
They're made for the housewife. You know, that they're not allowed to put cocaine in the sodas anymore. You know, they're made for the housewife, you know, and they're made for those people that want to go to the bar and they want to spend $100 and get wasted on a Bud Light! It's crazy.
Well, the whole aspect I have it of, you know, you're like me, we like our beer to have taste.
Yeah, that's what it is.
If you are going out and you're just going to do, you know, I'm going to cut the grass. You know, what do you want? If you don't drink like we drink, you're going to have a sip of a beer. Yeah. It's going to make you feel great.
Yeah.
You know, all right, here it is. It's refreshing. I don't like... Personally, I don't like the Miller products because you taste, in my opinion, the river.
Yeah.
You taste the Milwaukee River. Pabst has that same flavor.
It's so funny how we're so related to our dads, isn't it?
You know,
I've heard your dad say exactly the same thing.
No, he refers to it as swill.
Yeah, the swill of the river.
You know,
exactly.
I have the same problem. We used to drink when I started drinking beer. Me and my dad drank Coors Light,
right?
Because I could drink it. It was more watery. I really liked Coors Banquet.
Okay.
And that was any place that I would go, I'd tell them I'll have a Coors. And if somebody said, "You want regular or light?" I get a grin on my face, like, "Give me the Banquet. You got it. Give it here." You know, it's the same thing. You know, genuine draft actually has a little bit of flavor to it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know, when you get to that, your beer that you used to drink, the champagne of beers, there's a little bit of flavor to it. Our good buddy Jeff, who used to drink High Life Light.
Oh, man.
Yeah, now you're thinking about him, aren't you? The Felchners.
Jesus Christ.
You know, but...
Brian used to shoot a full cigar. Like, not a cigarello, not anything with a fucking filter. He used to put the thing in his mouth, and he'd say, "Pull!" Right with a cigar in his mouth, dude. Mm-hmm. It's fucking awesome. I loved pulling trap for those guys.
I like talking with those guys, especially Brian with the cigar, because he smoked the same brand cigar that my dad's buddy Marcello did. But
he didn't drink.
Right.
He had previous issues.
Right.
You know, fucking cool, dude.
I would have loved to have seen the Gun Club with Marcello.
Dude.
My dad's friend Marcello, you know, may he rest in peace. He was a hell of a dude. I even said it today to Sam. She's like, "Hey, I gotta go get an oil change." Okay, I'll go with you. I'll go get the oil change. And she says, "Well, and I'm going to get my car washed, and then I'm going to vacuum it out, and then we're going to go, go to the store." And I go, "Oh, Marcello timed." And anybody who ever met him knows what that means. That's what Marcello tells you. I just got to go stop and do something quick. 6 hours later, now you're sitting there. No, seriously. Yeah. Howard, you never got to meet Marcello. He was gone before we were friends. But that guy would have loved the Gun Club. He was hardcore Ducks Unlimited.
Really?
He could sell you anything. He was as my dad called him, a pile of manure. Because he was a real estate agent. He worked for himself.
And lovingly so, by the way.
And he was a, self-made man. He drank. He did what he wanted. He was super Italian. I mean, I remember multiple times he'd give us, "Here, I made this super sot for you. Here, we made some peppers this year." And you've heard my dad talk about it. "Oh, those peppers were the worst fucking peppers I've ever eaten." Because, he was crass. He would just do something for the sake of doing it. "Okay, I'm done. Now let's move on to the next thing." That's who he was move on to the next thing. And just every aspect of it. I miss hanging out with him. He was my dad's friend, but he was my friend too. As my drinkingness started, there he was. And you know my dad, he's a big wine drinker. Him and Marcello made a lot of wine together.
He's working on being a medium-sized wine drinker.
I don't think he is.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just lightening up on the beer.
Okay.
You know, but, yeah, Marcello, hell of a dude.
Yeah, he sounds like it, you know. And we talk about it all the time, you know. The trio of dads.
Uh-huh.
You know, what a fucking tore up the whole country. You know, going to NASCAR races and burning bars down to the fucking ground.
Oh, it would have been interesting to see. My dad is not as open-minded of a person as everybody likes to think he is.
What? You're kidding me.
I know some people, you know, will even, you know, remember that. Mike, I know you'll remember it. Eric definitely will remember who my dad was as a kid. We had a guy who moved to the neighborhood as a kid.
Uh-huh.
And we had a old school tabletop Pac-Man machine.
Okay.
My dad still has the machine, but it had a custom cut piece of glass on it. Now, we're talking maybe 94, 95 era.
Okay.
Glass is fucking expensive, you know. So he had this giant piece. Well, he'd never screwed down the top of the table because he has 3 more motherboards that can get put in and it can play different games. I know I've still seen it, but Eric, let me know if you remember this one. His name was Andy. I don't remember Andy's last name, but dude was a little off.
Like me a little off?
No, he had some anger issues.
Oh.
So when he would go, he would, you know, flames would come out of his hair, which he was a ginger. So it was a little more funny for that. But he came over one day. We were hanging out because we were the neighborhood kids. You know, we were on this side of the railroad tracks that trapped us in like a little 4-block area with busy roads. So we hung out. He's in my basement, and my dad turned the Pac-Man machine was on all the time. So he sits there and he leans on it.
Oh no!
And it starts to tip up, and it tips up, and it tips up, and it tips up, and then he freaks out about it, gets off it, and goes. The fucking glass shattered.
Damn.
So, you know, here we are. We're little kids, 3rd grade maybe.
Oh my god.
Freaking the fuck out because I know who my dad is.
Yeah.
Eric knew who my dad was. We booked it out of my house. We were 3 blocks away, and you could hear him screaming.
What the fuck?
What the fuck did you fucking do? And it's like, ah, shit. You know, and it was one of those things, and he hasn't really turned it back on since. And I feel like that was the destruction of his younger years right there. When that piece of glass broke, that was a big point for him, at least, of here's these things he worked on in his childhood, and this is why we can't have nice things, because we have kids. You know, and it's just it's one of those moments that it sticks.
Does he still have it?
Yeah, it's sitting in the basement. We turned it on a couple years ago, and it started right up. It's got some troubleshooting it needs to do, but as you know, when talking with Bruce Dentis, my dad used to fix arcade machines for Sam's Amusement.
I wonder if he would be able to come up with a glass. It shouldn't be rocket science to put it all together.
I'm sure if we went and talked with Bruce, it's probably sitting somewhere in his storage shop.
You'd be surprised at, you know, how many glass companies there are nowadays that can.
Well, and the same thing about it is, I would go, you know, plexiglass has come a long way,
right,
since back in the day. You know, I feel like we could make something work. I'd love to get that machine running for my dad. I really would.
Why not? It'd be fucking cool.
You know, to just show it, and it was
full circle.
It was a traditional Pac-Man machine,
right,
that had the button that flipped. So me and you would sit across from a table.
Yep.
And when it was your turn, we'd push the button and the screen would flip around so you could play. Like,
Yeah,
that
cool.
was
Two-player
ahead
Pac-Man.
of its time.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, so that was the big thing. That was a huge story. It's one of those stories I'll always remember about. Anytime you hear Pac-Man, I have like war flashbacks to that time we got cussed out because we ruined my dad's shit.
Yeah, and that's a good experience to have. I've had a couple of those experiences as well. I was a young, angsty teenager and fucked up a lot of shit. That's one of those things.
So, Howard, I think we're going to have to wrap up here. These beers went down way too quick for us.
Yeah, they were really good. And with that being said, I think I would give this a good solid 3.25.
Man, your rating system's fucked up.
Probably.
If it's not bits and pieces, it's below a 3.5, huh?
You know what? I gave bits and pieces in a can 3.75.
Yeah.
The La Roja that I'm drinking, 3.75. Draft beers, if we're talking draft beers, that's a whole different thing.
Right.
That's a whole different rating scale. So, hey,
Well,
it ain't me.
Like that thing there.
It's like, yeah, you said that was a 4.0.
Oh, yeah.
You gave that a 4.0.
So on that note, everybody, we are out of beer, so
Completely.
we're gonna wrap up here. But thank you for taking the time to listen to us ramble on about nothing. For all of you at home who are bored and want to hear us talk about different things, send us a message. We really appreciate hearing from you guys. All the people. I hear from 5 or 6 different people throughout the week, and it kind of makes my week a little bit more to know that I'm not just talking to Howard here.
Yeah, that is
So
nice.
on that note, everybody, this has been Max and Howard Drink Beer. I am Max.
And I am Howard.
Cheers.
Cheers.